Okay, so I was asked to do Pip Taz. Pip Taz, the antibiotic. What is it? How does it work? Why is it different to just penicillin or just piperacillin by itself? What is the Taz? What is the part of it? So, first of all, Pip Taz is piperacillin, an antibiotic, and Tazobactam. And Tazobactam is a fortifying agent. It's not an antibiotic in its own right. It's a fortification agent. Let me explain. If I'm a bacteria and you're going to try and kill me with piperacillin or penicillin or amoxicillin or ampicillin or flucloxacillin or any of the other penicillin-based antibiotics, in fact, any of the antibiotics that come from molds, so all of the penicillins come from molds, all of the cephalosporins come from molds, so drugs like Keflin and ceftazidime and ceftriaxone and cefzoin and cefzolin and all of those come from molds. The monobactams and all of the penims, like imipenem and carbapenem, all of those antibiotics. Fundamentally, those four groups of antibiotics all come at one point in their history from molds and fungus that are the mortal enemy of bacteria. So here I am, I'm a bacteria, and you're going to attack me. And you're going to attack me with enzymes that are going to attack my cell wall. So I've got a cell wall that as an antibiotic, you're going to dissolve and try and destroy. Now, I have a right, therefore, as an antibiotic, to try and protect myself against your chemical warfare. If you are an antibiotic coming to get me, and I'm a bacteria just trying to live my best life, I should try and protect myself, and I'm going to protect myself by producing an enzyme. And that enzyme would be very efficient if what that enzyme does is destroys the antibiotic before the antibiotic can destroy me. Now, the similarity with all those four genus of antibiotics is that they're all structured on the same chemical structure, and that's called a beta-lactam ring. You don't have to even imagine it. Just know that penicillin is a beta-lactam antibiotic. All of the cephalosporins are beta-lactam antibiotics. Imipenem, beta-lactam, and monobactams. They're all beta-lactam antibiotics. That's kind of like their base. If you can imagine that each one of those antibiotics was a pizza, the pizza base is all the same, right? So it's like the base of the antibiotic, chemically speaking. Okay, so now, if you were going to destroy my chemical structure, then I, as a bacteria, should be able to produce an enzyme that's going to try and destroy your chemical structure before you can come at me. And so I, as a bacteria, if I'm clever, am going to produce an enzyme called a beta-lactamase that will destroy your beta-lactam base. So you're made from a beta-lactam base. I'm going to make an enzyme, beta-lactamase, and it's going to hopefully dissolve and break you down before you can kill me. Okay? So I, as a bacteria, am protecting myself against you, the antibiotic. Now, some bacteria produce an extended spectrum of beta-lactamases. In other words, they might produce many, many different types of beta-lactamase so that they can protect themselves against many different types of antibiotic. And we know of those bacteria particularly as really resistant bacteria. Sometimes we call them superbugs, or sometimes we call them extended spectrum beta-lactamase producing organisms. And you may have heard that abbreviation, ESBL. ESBL. Okay. How do we fight those bacteria? Well, we protect the antibiotic. And we protect the antibiotic by putting armour on it. And the armour that we use on that antibiotic is a chemical called Tazobactam. Tazobactam is like a shield. It allows the penicillin, like piperacillin, to get at the bacteria and destroy and kill the bacteria without the bacteria destroying the chemical structure of the antibiotic first. Tazobactam fights the beta-lactamase that bacteria is going to use to try and protect itself. Pip Taz.